Hey fans, it's me Aaron. For a comics show, I'm talking about new comics now. This week's another week of great comics. It's funny how, I don't know, maybe I just have really good taste, so every week I think is great. Chew came out. Chew Volume 7, Bad Apples. Volume 6 was a little bit dark. It's always had humor and some dark humor, and Volume 6 was dark. I'm not going to spoil it for people that are, earlier in the series, but get current, Bad things happen, and it's all building up towards the end, and John Layman is kicking ass. I'm wearing my Chog shirt, and it's really evolved from a book basically kind of a parable about the Bush administration and how we were giving up our freedom for security, and how much the Bush administration overreacted to 9/11 and maybe some W&Ds that didn't exist, and this is how, and created Homeland Security, and this created just a whole task force to just outlaw chicken. It's ridiculous. The avian flu went crazy, and they outlawed chicken, and the FDA became like more powerful than the NSA, and it's just a great fun book with just awesome art. And if you haven't tried Chew, check it out. If you have tried Chew, Volume 7's out. It's a good week for you. Read it. Unless you're reading it issue by issue, you get both and loan it out to people. Numbercruncher 2 is out. Si Spurrier, if you took my advice and tried one, most of you guys thanked me. I had people thank me in person here. I had people thank me through comments and emails. It's a fun book. It's a wacky book, but it's fun. It's a book about talking to God and finding out that God's kind of like some asshole algebra teacher that you had in middle school. I mean, it's just cool. It's a story about love and numbers. And one dude's using numbers to be reunited with his love in her current lifetime and reincarnated and falling in love with her again and again. And this bloke here is says bollocks to all that, and he's going to get him and kill him again and again and again. And that's very fun to me. Sacrifice by Humphries. This is his best work easily. I loved his Our Love Is Real, and his work prior stuff is fine, but this is the stuff. I mean, when you have Brad Meltzer giving you like this glowing quote on the cover, that's insane. It's basically time travel, Aztecs versus Joy Division. The fight of the death cults. Who will stand, who will fall. And just, it took so long to come out because the artist, I'm sure it wasn't his only job, and it was a truly indie book where it wasn't distributed by Diamond. Only certain stores that supported it got it, and now Dark Horse is putting it out as a Dark Horse original, and it's just so beautiful. I'm glad that he stuck with that artist and took the time it took to put out this masterpiece, and the coloring is great, and it just ended so well, trying to change the course of the Aztecs, trying to change time, change society, and wow, I love it. It's Humphries' best work easily, and I think if you tried Sacrifice, you'll also thank me. Not that I'm in the business of being thanked. It sounds pretty terrible. I'm in the business of promoting good comics by good creators and trying to get people to try them. But moving on, Manowar, Venditti. I'm sure you've tried him with Green Lantern now if you're a DC guy, but Exo was what got him the job on Green Lantern. And with Volume 3, Planet Death, we were all thinking that the Vine was going to attack Earth, and they had all their agents on Earth, all their sleeper cells, and they're going to destroy Earth. Well, instead, Aric, he's a Visigoth, and he's, crazy guy. He goes there to kill them on their planet and destroy them, taking the battle to them. And I like the flip on the alien invasion, and I like how it panned out, and I like the science, technology, religion stuff, and it was awesome. I love Valiant, I love Venditti, and I never cared for Manowar before. I wasn't a Valiant fan back in the day, but Unity is coming, and new issue is out now. And Unity essentially is Aric the Visigoth wants to take over the land that his people once had and say it's the land for his people again. And, the United Nations won't stand for that. People won't stand for that. You saw how it happened with ongoing Israeli conflict in the Middle East and whatnot. And Unity, the book coming out, is going to be all these people in the Valiant universe against him trying to do what he's doing. So that's my indie stuff. Now we get to the frosted side of the mini-wheats, the DC and Marvel stuff that, as a kid inside, I just loved. Justice League Dark Part 5 of Trinity War, I loved it. And I don't just love it because, predictions I made panned out. I love it because just these characters all together doing all these crazy things, they're all being manipulated by the, not necessarily even the secret society, by Alfred, the evil Alfred, the outsider, that not officially yet, I'm still not spoiling it. It's not said here, it's still just my speculation that I'm sticking to. But Madame Xanadu recaps the whole thing for you in like one page, and the reason she was taken out so early on by the society is because she has clairvoyance and she sees what's going to happen. And my God, Shazam was awesome. Wow. I love Shazam in here, and all the little twists and turns and all just the little bits of characterization. And John Constantine, this DC universe, the New 52 is almost worth it to me just for having John Constantine in it, just for having the Dark in it. And Justice League Dark is the pinnacle of that. And this is the penultimate issue. I'm ready for the finale, and I'm ready for the end of the Justice League and the Forever Evil. And if you want to know what I have to say about the Villains Month, I did a video just on that, but I'll be doing another one actually promoting the content. That was me talking about the snafu of it. And Pandora is a tie-in. And with this tie-in of Trinity War, you kind of see them all fighting over the skull, the box here, and they're just fighting over it. And you can see that it's possessing them, taking over them, doing different things. And in Pandora, it's enriching. You don't have to read it. But each character that is vying for the box is being possessed by a different spirit of evil from the, the 7 deadly sins. So you actually see that here, where in here you just see them fighting. Here you see what spirits are possessing them. That's all cool. And Pandora has these great little moments going back in time of her trying to get a grasp on what evil is and how to fight evil from all different types of religions and philosophies and whatnot. Not just Greek stuff, obviously, but also Christian stuff and Buddhist stuff and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I really liked it. And I really liked the solution to fighting evil and how you can actually overcome or fight evil. And it's actually quite touching. And everything changes in the last couple of pages. So truly enjoyed it. No, it's not necessary. That's why it's called a tie-in. So pass it up if you want to pass it up. But if you want more on that battle and want more on Pandora and the essence of evil before it all changes with Forever Evil, pick it up. What can I say about Superman Unchained? You got Scott Snyder, you got Jim Lee, you got this new character that was created when Superman was created in our time in reality, and how he's been used by the government, and Clark and his dynamics, pretty cool. And I'm not going to spoil anything. Lex is there too. It's great. I like it. There's nothing I can say about it. Either you are totally into Scott Snyder and Jim Lee together on Superman, or you're not. What I can talk about is New Guardians, Justin Jordan, Brad Walker. I am loving this new Green Lantern stuff. I am just loving Relic. We don't know Relic's backstory until the Relic issue of the Villains Month. That issue is where we find it out. It's 23.1, written by Venditti, and it's all his backstory. But everyone else knows his backstory. You know, the New Guardians get it. Just different characters in here get his backstory. You know, Kyle gets it from the Guardians, and we still are in the dark until 2 weeks from now when that issue comes out. But lots of things change here. We find out more about Relic. We see more about the Blue Lanterns, what they can do with Hope, and what happens when Hope is extinguished. And don't want to actually spoil the outcome of this other than say that this issue was freaking great. Justin Jordan is kicking some ass. It's building towards that lights out of the avatars and truly awesome. Like, if you were getting Green Lantern, you're interested in why the rings are going out and what's going to happen with lights out, get this issue. I don't know if you guys saw the solicitations for the November books, but the solicitation for Red Lantern said basically a spoiler. It's a solicitation, so it's not a spoiler, but Green Lanterns are banned from Sector 2814, and the Red Lanterns are the ones patrolling 2814 now, specifically Guy Gardner. So that's pretty cool. It also gives an excuse for Baz not to leave Earth because he can't patrol the sector. So whatever. Really digging this Green Lantern stuff. Really excited about Lights Out. Really excited about Relic. So, you know, I'm a Green Lantern fanboy. Moving on to Infinity. Avengers 18 is part of Infinity. It's part of the relevant part. You know, it's not necessarily a tie-in. It's like, actually, you go from 1 to 18 to New Avengers 9 to 2 to 19 to New Avengers 10 to 3. So I dug it. If you liked Infinity, you should get this issue. It moves the football down the field. So that's a metaphor to not spoil anything. The tie-ins actually aren't that important. The Avengers Assemble tie-in is basically Spider-Woman's point of view. This Thunderbolts, I would have promote it just for Charles Soule and what he's doing at Thunderbolts and how great it is and how finally one of the members gets to do one of their missions and Punisher gets to do his mission. And, you know, no spoiler here, big surprise, shock of the century, he wants to take out some mafia bosses in New York. But the way it's an Infinity tie-in is so tenuous in this issue, so minuscule that it's actually kind of funny to me. But I really enjoyed Charles Soule. I really enjoyed that. X-Men #4, I like Jubilee, and got a lot of Jubilee and Wolverine here, which is, you know, nostalgic for me because I was reading the comics when she was first introduced and became like New Kitty, right around New Coke, but and Crystal Pepsi. But I also really like the Storm and Rachel dynamic where they don't get along and don't like each other and we're fighting. And I really enjoyed it. I like Wood's writing, and that was fun. Superior Spider-Man, you guys know how much I dig this book. And, you know, violence begets violence. You know, if Doc Ock wants to take out a villain, it's going to create a bigger villain. So, I mean, Doc Ock, Spidey, Spock, that's great. Volume 2 is also out this week, so get that. It was fun. It was great. If you're reading it volume to volume, at least you're reading it, but, you know, I'm really enjoying it issue to issue. It's just that much of crazy cliffhangers and awesome shared universe dynamics. I'm really digging Slott's Spock Spider-Man. And finally, Deadpool Volume 2's out. This is a lot of that time travel stuff, the Mephisto stuff that I thought was hilarious with going back to Demon in the Bottle and tying Mephisto to Demon in the Bottle, the Tony Stark story, tying Deadpool to that. And it was really funny, really good stuff. If you want just fun to read, crazy Deadpool that you don't have to read anything else, any X-Men books, anything, any past Deadpool books, Poseidon's Deadpool is fun. So that's it. A lot of stuff this week. I enjoyed all of this stuff. It's a great time to be into comics. Next week's going to be just as good, and then we're going to have the Crazy Villains Month. Thanks, bye-bye. Thanks for watching the video. Click subscribe, like it, comment on it, go to our Facebook, share it on Facebook, tell your friends. And if you're local, the Geek Easy always has some cool stuff. Every Tuesday is Geek Trivia where you could win your bar tab. And this Thursday is open mic, so that's fun. And the weekend's always open to midnight Friday and Saturday. Whether we have anything going on or not, you're here with your friends, probably playing Cards Against Humanity and drinking beer. It's a good time. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.